Hey there, channel! On this episode, I got to go to Atco Raceway. It was a great time, although it was a little bit crazy. It was for test and tune. It was $100 to get in, which is astronomical. And then people kept watering down the track, so I only got to go down the track 3 times. It was like once every 2 hours I got to go down the track. But I did get to see at least what the new Corvette does. And I was comparing the actual drag strip times to the PDR, so I kept that running the whole time, and I did get some interesting numbers, which I'll be giving to you in a little bit. So I have some video here, so let's get that started.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, the other guy didn't even finish. Ah, shit, 11-4. I don't know. I'm not sure if I love this or not, but it's good enough, I guess. I hope. Unfortunately here, my PDR had something in front of the lens, but here's me doing my burnout, and a little burnout that the C8 can do. It's not great at doing burnouts, so I'm going to have to try something to make that better. But here's one of my pet peeves, right? I pull up There's a guy in a Mercedes bi-turbo next to me, obviously a newbie. But I pull up and I light the top bulb and I wait because he's now supposed to come in and light the top bulb. So what he does instead is he just pulls in, lights one, then the second one right after that. Basically, he double bulbed me. Not a nice thing to do. So here I launch, and where's he? I have no idea. This thing says I did a 0 to 60 in 2.96. And then it says I did the quarter mile in 11:21. Well, it's closer than it was the first time. In this one, I was actually at 11:356. It said 11:21. In the first race I had done, it said it was an 11:20 when it was actually an 11:41. So, needless to say, take these PDR numbers with a grain of salt, at least at the quarter mile track. Next Sunday, I will be heading out to Island Dragway. It is in lovely Great Meadows, New Jersey. So essentially it's northern New Jersey, which is a little bit closer to me. The reason I usually go to Atco is because it's got a better sticky surface and it's got a bigger shutdown area. But that said, this car is not flying, so I don't need a huge shutdown area, and there's a little bit of a whoop in the island, but that's okay. It is a track, and I would really want to support tracks and track owners that want to stay. Apparently, Atco is undergoing a sale, and an auto recycler might be taking over the whole space. So that'll be yet another track going to death. Sad, but true. And I'm going to be bringing along a new toy. I did some testing with the PDR and the actual time slips. The time slips are right down to 1,000th of a second. NHRA makes sure of that. The PDR, not so perfect. The first race, I had an 11.471. It didn't launch all that well. But the time on a PDR said 11.20. Now, if it was, consistently wrong, that would be something, but it's not. So then the second one, I did an 11.356. This is in the right lane where I got a little bit better of a launch. Still not amazing, but I think it's because people were puking stuff all over the track all day that they didn't really keep up on the traction. So the thing that the PDR said on that one was 11.21. So I did an 11.356. It was, again, over a tenth off. The first one was over 0.2 off. And then for the final run I got to do, I did an 11.455, and it was almost dead on with 11.45. So I guess it can be right, and it can be off. Out of 3 runs, it averaged a little over a tenth off, which isn't terrible. But again, that's only 3 runs. If I did, maybe 10 runs, am I going to find one that brings me into the 10s? I bet you I do. So, but in any event, next week, what I'm going to be doing is bringing along another thing called the Draggy. So I'll be doing a comparison of the Draggy, the PDR, and the time slips. Only one thing I know is fixed and consistent, which is the time slips. The other two we'll be testing.